Welcome, Marine Zone 6, and I'll be taking note in the garden today, which will be good for future reference. Coming out on the back deck, I think I'll start in the front garden, the east garden. Here in the east garden, which is the front garden, we haven't had a lot of rain, so the grass isn't as green as it usually is, but that's okay. I really like these jazzberry supertunias. This is my first year with them, and they grow quickly, but they also stay compact as they grow, which I really like. I put some alyssum in with them, hopefully to deter the groundhog from eating my jazzberry, because my research showed or said that groundhogs don't like alyssum. So that's the hope. In these containers, I put jazzberry as well to tie in with the ones I planted in the ground, along with this silverberry supertunia, which has kind of like a fuchsia throat, which echoes the jazzberry, and the pink cashmere superbena as well is in there. So they're pretty close to each other on the color wheel. So while there's a slight contrast, they also complement at the same time. Though contrast can complement as well. In this container, I have, I believe it's called Ivy League Orchid Geranium. And the Jazzberry Supertunias on either side of the steps are doing well. And I'm really impressed with this one because it doesn't get as much sun, and yet it's growing pretty well. The Bishop's Weed is at the peak of its beauty. This time of year reminds me why I like it. Other times when I'm pulling it out where I don't want it to be, I'm reminded why I don't like it. The Sally Holmes is looking lovely. The Japanese beetles have not arrived. They decimated it last year just about. Oh boy. Incrediballs. There are two here, looking good. Along with the Walker's Low. And this Walker's Low I put out here, I believe it was last year, is so vibrant. It's not this vibrant in my backyard. I think it's because it doesn't get as much sun. So I'm really happy with that, and I love the way the Bishop's Weed intermingles with it. The Limelight, some of the back stems are getting way taller, as they do every year, so I'll have to cut those back. Midnight Salvia is past its prime. I'll probably cut it back. I might let it come back up and grow back up and bloom again. I'll see. And the Supertunia Snowdrift, I'm happy with the growth on those. Ooh. Hi, Bumbo. I see you, cutie. Speaking of cute, there's Night, the stray cat that was born in my garage back there napping. I thought about taking those leaves up before, but when I saw that she had made it a hangout spot, I said, oh, forget it. She's so cute. Yep, she was born in my garage. I think it was about 8 years ago. Just a doll. More Walker's Low. And this is one incredible. Huge. I think I planted it about 10 years ago. The bearded iris have waned, but the Bishop's Weed intermingled with it looks lovely. And I like the leaves on the bearded iris as well. The pink chiffon Rose of Sharon has gotten so big. Loving it. It will be blooming later. And there is my Japanese viburnum and my neighbor's classic car. They have covered. Lovely. Well, at least when it's uncovered. Here are the Sally Holmes I pruned in shrub form. There are 4 over here with one of those bindweeds, I guess is what you call it, attached. Oh boy. And this one died back to the ground just about, or to the bud union, maybe an inch off the bud union last year. But look at it, it bounced back. I just nipped some of the dead stems off, or all of them, and bounced back. It's smaller than the others, but it's still lovely. And there's that limelight. Looks like it's about to form buds. Here in the south garden, overview of the east garden, which is the front garden. The limelight over to the right seems pretty healthy, as well as this Millennium Allium, which will be blooming later this May night, past its peak. But the bumbles still like it. Yeah. Hey, cutie. Here in the north garden, this new dawn has its buds, but it's pretty slow. It hasn't started blooming yet. But that's okay. That just means that the blooms will last longer. Or later. Whereas this new dawn has started to bloom. I had some problems with some bugs on some of my roses, but I just take the hard hose, knock at the buds, and that does a great job. May not be a perfect job, but it does a great job. There's that autumn joy sedum on that stand my mom gave me, and I like that there. I put that there to block out that some kind of electronic mechanism back there. That's unfortunate looking. Alexander the Great, Brunera, getting larger. Headed toward the west garden, which is the back garden. I'm loving, I already had these cone or conical arborvitae about 8, 9 years in containers over here. But I'm loving the golden globe arborvitaes in between. The contrast, it's not a stark contrast, but the light contrast between the dark green of the conical arborvitae and the brighter green of the golden globe arborvitae in these containers. And I just put these golden globe arborvitaes over here, I think it was in December, and I think they're rated to like a zone 2 or 3, and I'm a zone 6. So because they're able to handle at least two zones colder than me, I knew I could leave them in containers and they'd be fine over the winter. Iceberg, looking good. I just put that in not that long ago. It might have been last December. There's that ageratum. I took out the Bordeaux. I was afraid that the bloom bandit, the furry bloom bandit that's been eating my blooms, would eat the Bordeaux super tunia. So I put that ageratum in there. And they really don't. Whatever animal it is, it doesn't seem to be bothering my ageratum in the garden. So I did not know how beautiful this tiara blue super tunia would be. And I love the way it's starting to mix in with the diamond frost euphorbia and the Super Bell's Blue Moon Punch. And there's that, I think it's Hawaii blue, ageratum in there as well. My panicle phlox, some of them are wilting. I don't know why. Oh well. There's that autumn, is it August? August moon hosta. That's that chartreuse, August moon hosta. And I put this container on top of another container, the same size, that's upside down to raise it so it wouldn't be so easy for the bloom bandit to get to and eat my blooms. And I really like that, the fact that they're raised higher this year. So sometimes bad things that happen in the garden can bring about creativity, which brings about something good in the garden. Speaking of good, my little quick fires are blooming, and I was bothered by the blankness in this area of the fence. And what happened was all 3 of these petunias were eaten. The blooms were eaten. Some of the blooms were eaten by the bloom bandit. So I took them all and I put them in this frame I already had. And I already had that container down there. I squished the container, put it inside that frame, and I planted them inside of there and attached that frame up here on the fence. And now I love it. I just love it. And they should fill in and overflow. I think it's going to be beautiful. So once again, negative experience can move you to some form of creativity that can turn out even better than it was before. Few blooms left on the clematis or clematis. Oh, look how cute. It's hanging on to the arborvitae. And I have to really be cognizant of checking for that bindweed or strangler weed because it can climb my clematis and it would be very hard to get out. But that clematis, Ville de Leon, it'll bloom again. And look how huge this August moon hosta has gotten. I think I'm gonna have to divide that one in the fall or spring. New dawn, blooming. So exciting. And so many more buds to come. Another little quick fire for repetition. I got those little quick fires dormant last, I believe it was December. They look just like sticks in a container with dirt. And now look at them. Yep, so don't be afraid of dormant plants. As long as they're not dead, dormant's okay. Backing up this way, I raised this one on bricks because even though I just got this taller container, I saw that the animal had nibbled on some of my plant that was in there, my flowers, and so I raised it up on bricks. And I haven't had any problems since. And look at this over yonder. The new dawn stems I trained up by this mirror, some of them have started to bloom, or at least opening up. Oh, so pretty. To the left here, the endless summers are full of buds. Very exciting. When they opened up and that tender growth was exposed, we didn't get a hard late frost, so they weren't damaged or killed. So exciting. Quick fire behind. Look at those buds. This is the earliest blooming panicle hydrangea that I know of. It has buds at the same time as the smooth hydrangeas. Quick fire. Love it. Some peonies still looking halfway decent if you don't look too close. Beacon and Patience down below. And the sublime, this is my first year with sublimes. I planted them, or actually I got them the end of last year. But as far as them, they were dormant. So as far as them blooming and growing, this is my first year with them. And then of course there's that Limelight Prime behind. Loving it. Little quick fire. Doing well. And the penstemon has started to bloom. I already love the burgundy leaf because it cuts that green in the garden, adds depth and interest. But the blooms are so beautiful. Love it. Behind there is what's that? Little Lime Punch. And look at that new dawn. Beautiful. And that's just one new dawn. It goes back behind there with the blooms. I'm really liking these two icebergs I planted here this year. And I'm hoping that they'll grow and I can train them up this unfortunate looking post. But I'm liking the way that looks. Those two iceberg roses, Cortez iceberg roses. Walker's Low. See, it's vibrant back here, but it's still pretty. Peony, starting to wane. More penstemon. I'm loving that geranium, Roseanne I planted back there. Love it. One of the longest blooming perennials I know of. It's still blooming in here in my yard, probably October, November. Fabulous. April night, past its peak. Still loving the foxgloves I grew from seed, either winter sowing or in my home last year or the year before. Looking lovely. Firelight getting bigger to the right, and the Gatsby Peak oak leaf will be blooming soon. Just lovely. Other flower bed. Look at this foxglove. Ooh la la. And that's April night below it. Some in substance behind. And Paul's Glory hosta. Quick fires. Right and left. In between. Firelight. Headed back to the hidden garden. Here's some Golden Globe arborvitae I put in. I think it was last December. This Some in substance hosta is getting huge. Here's a sublime smooth hydrangea, new for me. I put in here. And in the hidden garden, right at the, as you enter, or I enter, rather, that anise hyssop is getting huge, and it will get those beautiful purple flowers on the top. There's the Annabelle. And this Gatsby pink I put in last year, probably around July. Loving it. These new gin boxwoods I put in, I believe it was December. I think they've doubled in size. They really like it back here. It's just amazing. New gin arborvitae. Over by the fence extension I built last year, the Gatsby Star will be blooming soon as well. Oak leaf hydrangea. Limelight's looking good. I think they're a lot happier now that I cut down that humongous weed, tree, bush, whatever it was. They're getting more light. Sublimes. Beautiful buds. Those top hat begonias below. And it seems like the Amara or Imari impatiens I just put in, it seems like they're doing more growth of their leaves than of their buds. So I'm thinking once they really get established, they'll start to get more flower buds. That's what I'm hoping. And must remember, containers on this table, try to put just potting soil and no to low compost, because they really get weighed down on the cedar table I built, the weight of the soil. There's that weed, bush, tree, or whatever it was I reciprocated, saw and cut down. It's coming back. Have to prune it again. I'm liking those August moon hostas there. Simple and pretty. And the Queen Elizabeth I just planted not that long ago has gotten some more blooms to open. Exciting. Crocus Rose, David Austin's. Lovely. And the scent is lovely as well. Back there, my bloom structs. Oh, they've got so many buds. So exciting. And that's the firelight kind of blocking. And the Litchfield Angel, David Austin. It's got a bloom. It's not one of the ones with all the folds, but it's still pretty. Some of them will have a lot of folds when they open. At least they usually do. And the Sophie Rose, David Austin. There's a bloom that's opened. Ooh, so exciting. This peony I planted from bare root. Still looking good. The others have waned. A lot of the others have waned in the garden. But this one still looks good. Beacon Impatiens below. The white Beacon Impatiens, they don't seem to have a strong or quick growing habit as the fuchsia ones and the pink ones, but that's okay. Autumn Joy Sedum, rather. Looking good. And those Het Smidget Arborvitae. Those Arborvitae in the yard really do add a sense of substantial. I don't know exactly how to put it, but they add a sense of weight and contrast with the frilly, flowery plants. There's those Annabelles I planted dormant last, I think it was December. Ooh la la. On the back deck, pansies are still looking good. I try to deadhead them regularly and give them food. Love them in there with that lamium from out the garden. This is my first year using lamium as a filler, and I absolutely love it. I have lamium from out of my garden as well as my mother's. These Easy Wave petunias, this one here, as well as these fuchsia ones here, I'm loving. And I love this blue vein super petunia. This is my first year with it. And I have lamium in there with it as a filler. Lavender, I dug up from the front yard, put in this container, is doing well. There's that silverberry super petunia. Snowdrift super petunia. And in this container, the Bordeaux super petunia, Snowdrift super petunia, and the sparkling amethyst verbena are starting to come together and blend. And that alyssum I grew from seed, well, winter sowed, is starting to bloom. Doing well. White verbena. Hope to get that again next year. This is my first year with it, and I love it, that white verbena. On this table, I also have the big white green leaf begonia and my cute little doggy. I don't have to walk him or feed him, and he's still cute. A little metal decoration. And here's my hummingbird. He's not real, but he's still pretty. And there are my Autumn Joy Sedum in containers. Thanks for watching. And of course, consider subscribing.